more discussion?
First I've heard of it.
Yeah, that's wondering, you got an invite, Travis.
I was gonna say, are we gonna have invites? I know all your neighbors, so they're all.
You can't all show up,
I don't think there's gonna be a problem.
You guys aren't ready for a reason.
Oh, check my email, okay. I think you already did invite me, actually.
Nobody else can show up then.
That's true, yeah, you got, yeah. We'll put it in a special meeting.
All right, so we got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Should be fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, birthday.
Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
All right. First reading of ordinance number 630, the amendment to the golf cart ordinance. So, and I understand you had Larry look at this, Teresa?
Yep, Larry actually drafted the original version, 560, so I asked him to look at it and update it for the changes we had discussed at our last council meeting. So, that is the one you have in your packet before you. 630 is actually an amendment to the one we had passed previously. And mainly, he has basically added wording in a couple spots that they have to provide insurance pursuant to South Dakota Codified Law 32352 and 323564, which is basically the motor vehicle insurance law. So with that change, it doesn't allow them to have insurance through the homeowners. They got to get it through motor vehicles, like we discussed. He also, under the driver's section, added that this insurance has to be located on the golf cart with them, so they have to carry basically their insurance card with them, just like any other motor vehicle would have to do. And then at the end, he added wording for the fine. Any violation of this would be $200 fine. So throughout the ordinance, you know, he referenced always the motor vehicle laws, basically took the wordings just from South Dakota Codified Law, added to our ordinances, and now those other two sections. So he walked me through it, and I think it covers everything that we had talked about. That leads me, unless you guys see something else.
I'll make a motion for first reading ordinance 630 amendment to the golf cart ordinance.
Second. It's my only concern with this is in talking with a few insurance agents, not all companies will let them go. Actually, very few companies will let them go on the auto insurance policy. They'll actually schedule them on a rec policy or an ATV policy or something along those lines. So I guess in my reading of this, I could see nowhere where it said it has to go on an auto policy.
No.
So that was what I was concerned about. I wanted to make sure that you guys saw the same thing. Because
It doesn't specify auto, it's motor vehicles.
Yep.
It should be ATVs, four-wheelers,
Exactly.
any policy like that. It couldn't be a homeowner's.
That's the only thing I wanted to verify and make sure, because if we say it has to be on an auto policy, I think we're gonna be back here doing this again,
Right.
you know, later on. So,
No, it just specifies
Yeah.
the motor vehicle, which includes anything that's driven on
Yeah.
the streets.
that's what I read. I think we're good.
So they issue cards for those, so.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, for rec policies.
Right.
Yep,
Yeah.
horseshoe card.
So Teresa, as far as next year then, you got any suggestions on how do we make sure that those golf cart owners know for sure that, you know, it can't be under their homeowners per se?
We won't issue it if they bring in a homeowner's policy.
Okay,
They have to bring in the policy
Okay,
to us
that's right,
before we
that's
issue
right.
them now. And we've been letting them bring the homeowners because it just said insurance.
Right,
You know,
right.
they specify. So every year they do have to show us their insurance because, you know, the policy dates change, so they have to prove they have a current policy under it,
Yeah,
so.
the fact that they have to pay the insurance.
And with this change, I mean, in our newsletters, and we'll do it on our webpage, we'll try to get the word out that it has to be, you know, under motor vehicle policy, there can't be under homeowners anymore, so that kind of changed it.
We want to change the permit fee from $5 to $10 to cover the cost of the lawyer who draft us.
Sure can.
I think we ought to raise the fee just for fun.
Well, not only that, you said it barely
It barely covers the.
And I mean, here's what's, and here's the other thing that's gonna happen, so they're gonna bring their homeowners policy in, it's gonna waste your time, you're gonna say, no, sorry. You didn't just read your newsletter?
Yeah, we always ask that.
Did you read your newsletter?
I agree.
Now they're gonna be upset, it's gonna take more of your time. So you might as well just try to make it an even $10 too.
Can't take action on that tonight.
Huh?
Can't take action on that tonight.
Gotcha.
Oh, I
Can make a
think you can.
Make it
It's on the
substantial.
agenda.
You can make any
Substitute motion.
amendments, it's on the agenda to review this ordinance, and you can make any amendments before second reading. I mean, it's gotta go to a
Is
second
it-
reading.
The fees are the policy.
Yeah, the fees and the policy.
Well, we have a motion and a second, so right now, we're in discussion, would we have to override that?
Yes, you just have to amend it or make a substitute motion, one of the two.
Yeah, the fees right under 7.0906.
I'll make a substitute motion to approve the change to the fee to $20.
I'll second. To 20?
20.
You seconded it, huh? You don't golf out there much, do you?
You seconded it.
From 5 to 20?
Let's discuss.
Jerry Judeman's gonna come back down again.
Really?
Just-
$20 too much for a sticker to drive your golf cart all over in this town a year?
Even though I second that, I would prefer it be 10. I think
Maybe it'll fail and the mayor calls the vote.
well, sadly, I'm gonna be voting against that. I think $10 is the right amount that we go. It's not we're doubling the, sorry, Tony, we're doubling the amount. It's not a knee-jerk reaction, you know, when somebody's gonna come up, they're expecting to pay $5, and then we're gonna say now it's 20. That's a hit.
I would beg to differ. I would politely, kindly disagree with you that if you have a golf cart and you have said insurance on the golf cart to drive that golf cart on every city street, I think you got $20 for a sticker.
I would agree with that, in a sense, but I'd also say that,
Too much of a hit.
too much of a
$10.
hit, but also we really, we just sprung this out of nowhere.
Should have been 20 years ago.
That may be true, but,
How many do you issue a year?
this was not on the agenda either.
Oh.
This fee was not on the agenda.
How many?
Ordinance
Quite a
is on,
few.
the fee was not.
Honestly, 125 last.
Well, that's what we order. I guess we don't actually, we always have some left over, maybe 100. Yeah.
100 to 150.
I prefer to believe,
I
I'd like
believe
to see
100.
that.
Like, okay, 100 is kind of confusing
Said
because
a lot.
we got about
Tony, what do you
that many
got?
always left.
I just want to bring to your attention that if I have an ATV and I want to have my ATV license, drive it on the city streets, it costs me $22 with the sticker.
That's what I was
Plus,
wondering.
plus my wheel fees, plus everything else, so if you want to be able to drive your golf cart up to the golf course, I have to pay about the same I have to pay for my ATV to go up to the gas station.
That's just for the license, Tony, not any of the,
That's just a license fee.
none of the taxes or none of the other.
It's $22 for the license fee, and I think they get another, I don't remember if the $22 includes the wheel tax or if the wheel tax is in addition.
That's a reasonable comparison.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't be at $20 in the future. Quit laughing over there.
Yeah.
Now I have a gesture.
But I'm just saying that the right way to go about this is to definitely let those people know ahead of time.
Ease into it a bit.
Yeah.
I they can come next meeting, because you have to vote on it next meeting to approve it.
So after-
That's.
They got 10, we got our.
After the last meeting, we said, hey, Dean Muntz was here. We said, hey, let's talk to some guys, so I did when I was at the club. I think everyone I asked has it on their homeowner's policy. So there's gonna be a big enough shock that we're changing them from a homeowner policy to having to go get it on a motor vehicle. You know what I mean? I think, I don't know what it costs them on their homeowner policy, but I'm guessing the reason that they insure them that way is because it's cheaper.
Probably
Correct.
doesn't cover liability.
Right. Well, they think it does. They think it does, because I asked that question. I said, so do you think you're covered when you're driving on the street? Oh, yeah.
Probably not, yeah.
What about the other guy? That's
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Wait a second.
here's the thing, if this gets.
Oh, I go do my homework. I'm telling you, I'm all over it.
Way to prep them, man.
I was also,
Those people have 10 months to wrap their head around coming up with another $15.
I assume that the sticker's only good through the end of this year.
They're good, I think, till January.
January
February
31,
next year.
I think.
So if they save
Yeah.
$3 extra a month,
do they though?
they kind of-
Let's legitimately think about that. Are they going to remember this? Or are they gonna come up here next April and say, all right, here's the deal, like we just talked about, and they're gonna say, oh, I gotta have it on my I can't have it on my homeowner insurance? Oh, and then they're gonna come back and say, it's $20?
They're gonna come up here in their $6,000 golf cart with their $2,000 rims and tires, and they complain about $20.
I don't, I agree with you in that aspect, but,
Don't you love it when other people-
I think this is, I think it should be done a little bit differently, and I agree with you, we should, if you wanna pass it tonight, it should, that's fine by me, but we should put it out there so people can at least sit on it and hear about it from there.
You're looking for a little more incrementalism.
Well, you have second reading, so they have.
And that's,
You have to go
if it's
second reading.
it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't wanna get into a situation where we're sitting here next year.
I was sitting here.
Let's call it.
I know you would.
I wanna make one
One more
comment.
Okay.
I was sitting here when this passed to the tune of $5 a sticker and homeowner insurance. And the reason it passed that way was because people knew people that wanted to license their golf cart. It should have been 20 from the get-go. It should have been motor vehicle insurance from the get-go.
I understand.
So we should backdate the pump, like on the gas.
We just did it on the bill, huh? There you go.
Why don't you guys contact Mid-America and ask them how we do it?
Right.
Yeah, substitute motion now.
Toys cost money.
Monahan.
So this is on,
So this is on the substitute motion.
Substitute, so basically you're voting to say that what you have read here, you want as first reading with an increase of $20 for the permit fee.
yes,
Increase to
$20.
To $20 for the permit fee.
I'll say yes.
Okay. Monahan, you're good. Jones, you're good. Brenneman? Yes.
$220 up to you.
Yes. Horn?
No.
Nelson?
No.
All right.
Okay, come on.
Motion carried.
Second reading next.
You know who the golfers are.
I'm a golfer, but I don't have a card.
Look at those guys.
Wait, was that on?
Do we have to do anything with the first motion? That substitute motion, substitute.
No, because it's
first
substitute.
amendment.
It was all encompassing.
All right.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Any visitors for tonight? Nope. Okay. Old business. And we're gonna get there. Some new business. Water bill dispute. Jeff couldn't be here tonight.
Yeah, he had called me later this afternoon saying he's not gonna be able to make it tonight and asked if he could be on the August 2nd agenda to move back, so.
Is it appropriate to discuss that without him here, just so you have an idea of what's going on, or?
Yeah, I can brief you on it. Yeah, you just don't take any action on it. I mean, on the agenda, we can discuss it.
What's going on?
Yeah.
How much was the bill?
5,
Just about 600.
well, I mean, I got the information right here somewhere.
He put sod in the early part of June or the end of June. And sprinkler guys came out and set his sprinklers up for 5 times, I think, or 4 times a day, with 5 zones. And his water bill was high and he was arguing it.
At about 25 minutes a zone
Yeah.
each time.
And then after that, they backed it down for another 7 days. I can tell you right now from experience, meters do not run fast. They will run slow. When they are sent out of the factory, they are all calibrated within a percentage of like 102 or 100.2% down to like 99.8% accurate. So I mean, the water went somewhere. I went back over to just let the meter run for a little bit, and one day nobody's home, it didn't run a bit I was there, left to run for about 5 minutes, so it wasn't a stool leak or anything like that, so. When he got the bill, he got a hold of his sod guys who were specialists in water, calibration and everything else, I guess, and they said that it wasn't running that. I threw some numbers together on what I kind of figured it'd be running, and my numbers came out pretty close to what he ran. That was before I talked to him. It's really not.
Say, we pulled 5 comparable properties that people we knew had laid sod within the last 3 years. And like I put in my report, it's everywhere from 76,000 to 104,000, so it's very feasible, and of course, we don't know, how long they ran.
So you're
how
just
many
charging
times.
him the water rate, not water and
Sewer, right.
Well, sewer, his water bill is $506.
Yeah.
Sewer is only $30.
Right.
So, yeah, he's gotten the sewer rate break, so he's not getting charged anything for sewer for this. It's just the water he used and went through the meter. And like I said, it went somewhere.
It's a mine was about.
Unless this didn't go to yard and went through the sewer, then we might have to charge more for sewer.
Somewhere it'll be 300.
So,
That's what I want to argue.
in 10 years, what do you think it's went up in 10 years? Because I laid my sod 10 years ago. So what is the water bill percentage
Our
wise?
rates have jumped quite a bit. 'Cause
Well, we did a rate increase a couple of years ago, and we always do the 2% each year, and then we did kind of a jump a couple of years ago.
So 20% maybe went up, 25% in the last
I don't
10
think it's
years?
that much even.
Because I'll guarantee you, the first year that I laid my sod 10 years ago, my bill was $360-70 a month. Because I was running it 5 times a day, 25 minutes a zone, just like what this guy is. And I got a bigger lot, I think, than what he's got.
One of the comparables I looked at today, I looked at the square footage of the property, and it's very comparable lot. I actually know who lives there, and asked what they were running in it, same way, kind of for 2 weeks straight. They ran it 4 times a day, for 20 minutes, and then they backed off, the 3rd week, but they used 88,000 gallons, so it's very,
Pretty plausible.
yeah, very plausible, like I said, it's very feasible that.
If my, you sat outside the house when no one was there, and in your electronic meter was at 0 the whole time.
Yeah, so we wanted to see if the meter was functioning,
That's pretty
which,
good.
if nobody's there, no water going, it won't run, it
And
didn't.
since then, he did say that they recalibrated everything, make sure everything was at what they wanted, so I'm wondering if they weren't set too high to the sprinkler systems, them guys themselves, and didn't catch it, or if the time was running longer than what they thought it was running, because he said that he had the guys back out, they rechecked everything to make sure everything was calibrated right, so they might have retweaked it all. I wanted to go over there when the sprinklers were running, just to see what it was running in a minute, but I don't know, he was gonna contact me, let me know when the sprinklers time frame was, so I could just go over and check.
Like I always tell customers, the best way to save money on electricity is not use it. I guess that applies to water.
Is that a bumper sticker, Matt? Is that a question?
It was only 5.
Jeez.
Put that on your.
But the water definitely went somewhere, it went through the meter, and I know in the past, we've never given them breaks when they have a stool leaking or something like that, I mean, they'll have a high bill, and it's like, it's not the city's fault, it's not the city's fault, you overwatered your yard,
The water got used.
Yeah, the guys.
And
the right hand
We pay for all that water that's in the tower, so.
Is that on the right-hand side of Crestwood or left-hand?
Somebody got paid for
Is
it.
it one of those first two now?
East side.
Yeah, it'd be on the east side.
East side.
Yep.
With the fence in the backyard?
Yes, it just.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Nice yard, the grass looks great.
Yeah, it does. It's basically what it does.
Good reason.
Maybe it does. I walk by there almost every morning, their grass looks great, I'm a little envious. I wish I could run a garden hose with your, yeah.
This whole night's just full of.
Now you know what it
problems.
costs.
Oh, here we go with that again.
what?
Uptown problems, like you said last week.
Uptown.
That sounds like an uptown problem.
Listen to
Wow.
him.
Golf carts and sprinklers.
Do you need a motion to table it and put it on next,
I say maybe a motion, I mean, don't table because we discussed a little bit, but to put it on the next
to put it
agenda.
on the next
So
agenda?
moved. I'd second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Yeah.
Okay. Care to elaborate?
Well, I don't think we're gonna adjust, I don't think I'm gonna vote to adjust it, so I don't know why we put it on our agenda. But that's my opinion.
Audra, you put me down as an A too on that.
No, as well, okay, I will do that.
Can I change my vote?
Well, he's not here.
Mark
You
said no.
can make a new motion that says that you're not gonna do anything with the water.
You don't have to make, you don't make a motion to not take action.
That's right.
You just let it die, it goes away. You put it on the agenda, it doesn't die and go away, it comes back to the next meeting. And maybe he'll be here talking and asking, I don't even know, what does he think it should be?
About half of what it is.
Well, and I would argue he took the time to be added to the agenda and asked to come see the council and isn't here tonight, so I understand that. But rather than make him show up in a visitor section, I might as well let him speak his piece and do his thing. I'm glad we had a chance to go over some of the numbers. We'll probably go over them again next time, but I mean,
I agree with you. Let him be heard.
That's fine.
Might have a little cooler reception next month. Whatever this month.
all right, moving on. Set special meeting to work on 2017 budget.
So budget is coming up and we always have to have a special meeting. It takes an evening, so you don't want it on the regular agenda. We usually have it later part of August, because we have to put in ordinance form and we always have to have a first and second reading. So by the first meeting in September, we need to decide what the budget's gonna be. So, these are when the council meetings are, this P and Z. We could have it through this week, but Audra is gone on vacation that week, so.
Didn't you just start?
I get a week's vacation between now and the end of the year, and that's what I'm taking it.
So, I don't know if you guys have looked at your calendars, if maybe that Monday or Wednesday, or we can always move the P and Z meeting to.
Why don't we have
what are your
it,
thoughts?
in my humble opinion, I think we should have it the week of the 14th, maybe on a Wednesday. Because if we push it too close to the end of the month, no offense to any newbies, but, I mean, if the budget doesn't happen, you wanna give yourself enough time that if it doesn't happen in that week, you can postpone it, you can push it back, people are gone, whatever the case may be.
You're thinking when?
Possibly, you're looking at the
17th.
17th.
17th is,
A Wednesday.
yeah, it's a Makita golf tournament, which would be fine.
Because we're gonna have the new budget process this year, right?
Yeah, well, it'll be a different form of the
Different form,
ordinance, the
yeah.
ordinance will look different.
So that'll be,
I mean, essentially be this.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna give you the spreadsheet, so you can
Pretty
see
loose.
what's open in every category, but the ordinance is gonna look a little different.
Free golf and Bloody Marys.
So you got, yeah, because we got
it's all
city council on
about
the 16th.
priorities.
Free golf and Bloody Marys.
I'm good at
I mean, you can always, in
Just-
September, hold a special meeting to get the 2 readings passed. I mean, if it doesn't work this month, but we have to have 2 readings in September. Whether you make them at the regular council meetings or at me in September, that's the
Thursday,
issue.
I was just
I'm good with
joking on
either.
Wednesday. I mean, 18th is fine too, or the 17th is fine too. I have no problem. 18th is fine.
I don't wanna cut into anybody's.
We don't want it too early. I mean,
Men's
it's
league's
good,
not
but
bad.
we've gotta get
That
figures
gives
from
us-
all our vendors.
Is that too early?
I think it is
I
fine.
think it's gonna really be pushing us.
I think it's me,
Yeah.
All right,
it gives me 3 weeks to get my numbers together for next
It's not over
year.
that.
How about the 30th?
Week.
I'm good with the 30th.
Because we get that together, if we get that together on the 30th, then we have to have, what, 2 readings in September, and then it has to be to the state in October.
Yeah, it has to be the kind of October 1st.
So, I guess if we have to double up in September, we
Which
can.
week?
Are Mondays out?
The week of the
Mondays
23rd.
bad?
Yeah.
Mondays are bad.
The 22nd, 23rd. that
What's
week.
wrong with the 16th?
We got a
I
meeting
think
that
it's just
day.
too early
City
for,
staff doesn't say we got enough
to
time.
get our numbers
We
together.
gotta gather a lot of
Okay.
numbers from vendors to kind of estimate.
Planning and zoning's not meeting on the 30th, are
Yeah, they are, but I mean, we can
they?
we can move the P and Z.
Well, then the 23rd.
Audrey, you're on the
Yeah.
26th, or the 22nd.
Audrey.
I'm gone between the 21st and the 27th, so.
Gotcha.
So why don't we push planning
I
and
just went
zoning?
to a golf outing,
I think
right,
so.
and
Yeah, we can push
it was
it.
okay.
I don't,
Push planning.
I
I
didn't
don't
know
think
you were
so.
doing
I mean, we can do the
budget.
17th.
Do they meet before us or after us?
Who knew?
What?
Who knew?
The week before or the week after?
They always meet the Tuesday before you.
Because it had a city council.
So why don't we just push planning and zoning to the 23rd?
Actually, the 30th won't be a plan. Oh, well.
Oh, we can. We can switch the planning and zoning to the 23rd.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we push planning and zoning to the
We can move P and
23rd?
Z on the 23rd
Yeah,
and
yes,
have the
yes.
budget meeting on the 30th.
On the
without
30th.
work.
Okay.
Is anybody
So
golfing
is
or
there-
drinking that night?
So, the
Like
17th, the week of the 17th is gonna be pretty early for
Chime
city
in.
staff to get
Land
everything
use
together,
side.
right?
Gotcha.
So looking at going on the 30th.
Shop burning car?
And bumping planning and zoning to the 23rd.
All them uptown problems.
That sounds like, yeah.
Sure.
I do have work, I do have a
Alright,
work
so,
issue, but
What time?
On the 30th?
I have work issues most of the month of August, so don't,
Oh.
just, we have
You
to
just
just
have to-
schedule it and I'll make it or not make it.
Usually, we have the budget meeting, we start kind of at 6 or 6:30, we start early because
Okay.
people come before you to request appropriations. It takes time to go through the revenues, the expenses, I mean, it
It's a-
takes time, it's a
a long time.
process.
okay.
Okay.
Alright, do we have a motion for?
I'll make a motion to set the budget meeting for the 30th of August.
Second.
Who?
Special budget.
At what time?
What time, yeah, what do you like
6.
Alright, so 6. Do you have your second, Andrew?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Alright, any more discussion? Alright, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Someone's a fan of Billy Joel, apparently.
Right.
What do we call word 2 problems? Downtown, low-town problems?
West Town.
The other side of the track problems.
Other side of the track?
We're technically not uptown, are we?
Just a term.
Oh, it's a term, it's not a relative to where we actually live.
Typically, uptown's nicer than downtown.
Oh, I see, gotcha, okay.
Alright, here we go. Alright, correspondence. Alright. Do we have any other correspondence that's in? I didn't, so if you have anything listed, I didn't see anything. Anything from anybody else?
I'm just curious who's throwing out the thank you tonight.
Yes, thank you. What do you think? Any ideas?
Well, I don't know, I got mine in last time, so.
Good job.
I didn't
Look at
think
us
it
on the
was
bus,
yeah.
that? You're good for 6 meetings, right?
We think.
Scott's got it.
I think Scott's got it.
I will take it, do I have to say who now? I probably do, don't I?
Tell us who you don't have to write it down, but we'll sign it. Sure. Write something nice if we're all gonna sign it, but,
Afterwards.
but let us know who you're gonna thank.
I will. We'll take the next one.
Check this out. We'll stop. Wait till we get to that.
They've been
We'll
seeking
be
hard.
wrapping up on that stuff, a year. I'll probably do that.
Full committee?
Based on Schumacher's
Okay. I think that's good.
high praise.
Alright.
Say the Argus leader, they actually gave us some decent press.
Do they?
Honestly, the story about,
Jesse,
yeah, they actually gave some pretty good press.
John Holt.
It's a very nice,
Yep. All right, so you're taking pool this time?
I'll take pool.
Okay. Do you have a card over there to pass down? That was all signed?
he could use one of mine.
Then you'll fill it out and make sure it
Do I
gets.
have a card? No, I don't have a card.
Okay, I'll pass one of these around.
You can take them all home,
You all give them cards.
I got mine.
I know what. Hey,
All right.
wait, you know what? Yeah, I do.
There you go. All right,
Yeah, I do.
all right. All right,
Kinds of company.
thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Mark, for bringing that up. That was a good idea.
All right, reports. City engineer report.
Okay. Mike Farrington Trail, we're still moving forward with design on that. We're still aiming to get construction drawings done towards the beginning of August. Those are coming along. The wastewater study, we just are kind of getting preliminary information together on that. We're gonna be working on that kind of more heavily in the next few weeks. The North Main extension, we've got our field work done, our surveyors have been out there, now we're just putting a drafter to it to draft up the background. And then from there, we'll start design work on that one. The Mickelson Road project, I've reached out to all the property owners, sent letters.
I got
Howard,
it.
did you get one?
You bet. I can even show them what they look like. Isn't that nice? And if you want to, you could use it as a placemat later on.
I live, you are here.
So we sent those to everybody along the project, just to let them know we'd be out there surveying and getting started. So those are kind of the main projects we've been working on, and just some little things, helping
Hey, Rich, I
create.
do have a question. Can I ask you a
Oh,
question
yeah.
about this?
Yeah.
So, I thought there was a talk that you were gonna jog this, so.
Yeah. We didn't want to convey that in an exhibit, because we don't
Okay.
really know what that's gonna.
That's what I thought, but when I seen that, I thought, wait a minute, that's not what he told us when he was here.
Right. The goal is just to give everybody a general understanding of the project and this.
Well, they were talking that they were gonna, cause here's that bridge, they're gonna jog, that's their hope.
Yeah. So just a couple small things, Mickelson Road Bridge inspection, we're working on that with Craig. And then we've been working with the South Main Edition developers a little bit here and there, as far as forest account work goes. And that's all I've got.
Well, it also didn't say in my letter, oh, by the way, we're gonna dig your yard up twice. I won't bring that up again.
You, I'll be bets on that
Got
one.
that.
We'll get that in our next one.
All right.
Very nice.
Thanks, Mitch.
Yeah.
Any questions?
I can't wait till tomorrow so we can talk about it.
All right, we'll move on then.
Andrew Pierce.
All right, Craig.
For streets, Bo's construction with the Colton Road project, they're starting to move into town here. I think they had a breakdown here the last couple of days, but they're looking for them to start milling into town, and they're gonna try to keep it water and keep the dust out. If any of you hear any complaints about the project, just get a hold of me so I can get a hold of them with JSA and get it addressed right away, so. Street signs, contract for that is getting close to being done. They've got some signs that are on order yet that haven't been manufactured, so they'll be back and forth as they come in, signs and they'll be putting up. Golden West with fiber, they're up in part T area now, I believe. A little bit right there, like Golden Road, there is some in town yet too. There's two different contractors in town, they're around. So they're hoping to finish up here first part of August, maybe middle of August.
So that's just the utility, that's just the underground work,
Yeah,
just the stuff, just digging up the yard and stuff.
just getting the
The project.
the conduit in place.
You guys came and fixed my sprinkler out.
Did we get that taken care of?
Yep.
They've been really good about getting things fixed, so if you hear anything that has been hit or broken or anything like that, like I said, contact me if that too, because I got Ken's number, so I just contact him directly and he take care of it. Microsurfacing is still, as last I heard, is still on schedule. I look for more to the first part of August and the latter part of July. We did demo a ditch witch back trailer here this last week. It was really nice. We are gonna demo a Vermeer though, and try that one out, see what we think of that. And we'll start after that, we'll start putting together a kind of a pros and cons type thing with them until we find what piece of equipment that's gonna work best for us. And we'll go from there with it. Street patch, we do have some street patch to do. I know we've got some valves that need to be fixed yet and cut and adjusted. We'll be working on those here in the next couple of weeks. I think this week we got a couple of boulevard trees that were taken down. I think it's maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, it's gonna be in town and take those down. And with these big trees, they're just, some of them are just, we'll take the majority of them down, but when they get this big, liability wise, we don't wanna do it. We'll let the contractor take them down, and then we do all the cleanup with it. They just knock it down and we do the rest of it after that, so. So we got some of that, going on here too, this next couple days probably.
Are those, property owners affected, are they immediately on the list for the next year to get, a tree replanted in the boulevard?
They have to ask for it.
They have to ask for
Put
it.
in for it, yeah.
Okay.
And that's something, just, they can sign up and they can call down anytime, just to say they'd like to be on the list for boulevard trees.
Sure. Okay.
Water and sewer, pond day is getting pretty close, we can get the aeration fixed on that, when we get on that, as soon as we get down low enough, it's pretty close right now, like I said. That water main up here, we're having some issues getting it, to pass back T-test, which isn't uncommon with, the chloramines that they're using now with rural water. Rungy put that water line in out, Western Meadows, and they fought it for like probably 2 months to get it to pass. We super chlorinated here over the weekend. I didn't get a chance to flush it off today, but we'll do it tomorrow. Hopefully it'll pass, so. And we won't put it online until we have 2 good samples back to back pass before we'll put it online, so. So hopefully this next one will take care of that. I also have some of my part-time guys, I took them around and gave them a 101 on fire hydrants, how to grease them, take the caps off, make sure they are draining back or like that. So we're working on hydrants right now, flushing them, getting them all ready so the caps, or you can get the caps loose, the fire department can't, they need to get on them and stuff like that. So they're servicing all that right now. And they're probably about half done, so I'll be around for the next week, probably doing them. Park and pool, been doing some work. They stained all the wooden benches here the last week. They did cut some sod around the small trees and put mulch around them to keep from getting hit with the mowers. And the storm sewer on Turtle Creek, we're about, footage wise, we're about a third done. Time frame wise, we're probably over half done. So we finally got by the fiber and there's 2 3-phase wires in there. We're working right on top of it, right next to. So we got the diversion box in, we got the pipe in, and now it's going fast. So I'm hoping to be done with this week. So after that, we'll go up to 6th Street and start that project. So that's what I got. Anybody has anything for me?
What do you do with the old signs? Now we got a pretty good pile going.
We haven't done anything with them yet. We're gonna go through them, because some of the signs are fairly new yet. We'll use them for more of a backup sign or something if one gets damaged. Same with the posts, we're gonna go through them yet, and if there's any good ones, we'll keep them off the side. The other ones we'll do whatever with, so whether they get burnt or
Good.
don't send them to them.
I hate to bring this up in a public forum, but the pond, when you fix the aeration cables, I know that's a hepatitis nightmare in that, but
We've had our shots.
okay, you've had your shots, good. What other precautions are you, I guess, what do you guys do?
Rubber gloves,
Your gloves and your duct tape?
life jackets are available.
All right, okay.
We've done it so many times. I mean, this actually happened like within the first year or second year that got put in. At that time, we drained them completely down and redid them all. After that, we found it's easier just to, we've got actual blocks that we make up and then we drop them over the boat with cable on them. And then we'll re-cable them from there, so.
Gotcha, okay. I just don't want you.
It's not a pleasant job.
I can't imagine it is.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. I worked at one of those when I was in college in construction, and it wasn't a pleasant job then either, so,
We try to be as safe as you can, but I mean,
yeah,
you can't work with heavy enough rubber gloves to keep yourself perfectly safe, so.
yeah, exactly.
Bring soup, not sandwich for lunch that day.
Yeah, that's true. Usually skip lunch that day.
Hey Craig, down at the end of Maine, where the new road turns off into that new development, that's really weedy there to the right. Is that city property or is that
That's still
theirs?
contractors, so we'll have to get a hold of the contractor and get that.
Because that's really
And he
weedy.
might have.
Right to the west,
Yes, to the west.
I saw him
So,
mowing it yesterday, so I don't
we
know
walked
how much
that,
he got mowed, cause I haven't looked at it.
no, I'm talking right where the road
Right,
kind of
straight
curves
ahead,
off just to
yeah.
the west there.
Oh,
Past that ditch,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
I saw him by
weedy.
Mickelson.
That whole deal is terrible.
Yeah,
weedy.
that's something we'll have to get hold of the developer up there and have them take care of
Okay.
it, so. And that'll be something Paul Clark will send a letter out to him.
Okay.
We'll let Paul know, yeah.
Yeah, because it just, I mean, we walked by there this morning and it just looks terrible.
Yeah, I used to shoot ducks up.
And the homeowners up on,
Northern ducks, they're just flying through.
over past our piles will be happy because we are taking, getting rid of quite a bit of that dirt, so. We're trying to get that cleaned up a little bit, so.
What's it, like the black dirt?
Yeah, yeah, we're using it for fill around this pipe and that stuff is where, so we got a lot of fill, we gotta bring in there to get that slope back and stuff, and we'll bring some good black on top of that, yeah, so.
Sure. You know, yeah, because I checked with just a couple other homeowners along there saying, you know,
We're still gonna.
what do you think, that kind of, and the only other is the black dirt. They said, you know, it seems like there's just a lot of junk dirt on there and it looks, I think the piles of rock don't look nearly as bad as
We'll
black
get
dirt.
rid of some of the stuff, but we're still gonna have some stockpiles down there.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Gotta be somewhere.
forever unless we move somewhere, so.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, and it's something to keep in mind, if there's another place
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, we're slowly getting rid of some of this your stuff, but, you know, you hate to not take it when you get a chance at free dirt, because you never know when you get these projects come up, and then all of a sudden we're looking for dirt, so. It works out well, so I know they sprayed it and stuff like that to keep the weeds off it, but majority of that'll be gone this week, so.
Down there where the three houses are down there on the main, you know, the one that was close that they had to redo the foundation. They're really over that sidewalk with weeds and stuff. I mean, I wanna give them the benefit of the doubt, but people do walk down that sidewalk.
Okay.
He mowed that
Did he mow it?
this weekend, he mowed the sidewalk.
Okay, cause it's terrible in there, yeah. We didn't walk there this morning, but we did over the weekend. We walked that way. We just walked across to the other side of the street. 'Cause it's-
We'll have Paul Clark just look at that whole development.
Yeah, I mean, that whole deal could probably use some spray.
Maybe what we should do is have Paul just send out a letter to all the developers right now and just say, remember, remind them to keep
Yeah.
track.
We did it
of
earlier
things and
this
stuff
year,
like
Right.
that.
but we can
Yeah.
send out a second one.
Check it again.
Yeah.
Just keep it up.
We're always checking every morning when we're out for a walk. Okay.
Any other questions for Craig? Thanks.
I don't have anything for you, Craig.
All right, Audra.
Okay, so I've got a listing here of what our sales tax revenue has been. That's listed at the top. It compares to June of 2015 through, and then compares to what we have now, through June of 2016. I also included in my bill report a few of the abnormal or higher types of fees that we were paying this month. I do want to point out, I put street signs next to highway improvement. That should be crack sealing. That's a typo on my end. So that's actually what we were paying for, was crack sealing. Also, just want to remind you, well, we've got the elected officials workshop coming up on Wednesday, and if the three of you that are going, if you want to stop and talk to me afterwards, I have confirmation numbers for you for your hotels, so I can give those to you. That's about what I have, so any questions?
Just since it's in here again, we brought it up several times.
Sure.
Just to run the numbers, I don't think that Mid-American bill is too far off, but our gas bill was $1,100 a month.
On the one sheet, it looks like it shows about 1,100.
That's half. That's
In a
$4,400 a
summer
summer.
month.
Yeah, in the summer.
In a
month.
summer month.
Yes.
That's $22,000.
Yeah. So. Anything else?
Anything further? All right, thank you. And Teresa.
Okay, and I just have a couple
I
updates.
thought it was something in America again. I can't believe that they let it go that long. One summer, I turned off my pilots on my fireplace, so I didn't burn any gas. they called me in about 2 weeks and said, hey, is there a problem? You're not using the gas.
You have the new meter with the electronic guts.
So the fact that they let this go for that many years would really concern me. Because 2 weeks they called me and said, hey, you're not burning any gas or anything wrong.
But if this happened from the day one, that's when we put the heat, we never had a heater in the pool until
Yeah.
2006 or something like that.
So they didn't have a baseline to
So
go
they
by.
didn't have any
That,
baseline.
yeah, I get it, but I'm just saying, that they're pretty good at, they watch that stuff pretty close.
Here's the other thing about those
Well, they
electric
also don't
meters,
have the
at least the electronic meters, on the electric side, I've had 2 service calls where I'm standing there looking at what's the problem with the customer service, and the meter man shows up, because they know they've got a problem. So, the technology's pretty rapido.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we also, even with our water meters, with the electronic heads on them, when we go around and do meter readings, it'll flake an account that they don't believe is functioning properly. So, like I said, they say they have those electronic phones now, but back in 2002, they didn't have them. So this one never had that on there. So maybe we would have been alerted sooner, but we can
Never mind.
we can have them come to the council.
Sorry about that, earlier. Sorry.
Next week can explain. Basically, EDD update, Jesse will be here at your next meeting to give his own update on it. He's been here about a week and a half and things are going good. He's really digging into Gary's computer files and his paper files, trying to get familiar with everything. He's kind of trying to organize stuff, gather information. He's had a few meetings that he's gone to with various people, the public. I know he's talking even a few businesses. He attended a couple HABC meetings, so he'll go to all the Friday morning meetings, and he also went to the chamber meeting this last month, and he'll continue to do that. So, like I said, he's starting to get familiar with everything, trying to make contacts, with businesses, with people, and he will be at our next meeting, because unless the council wants something different, but we always had Gary come to the first meeting of the month, which worked out pretty good because Gary was on the Makita board, which is always the second meeting of the month, so that freed him up to go to the Makita board meeting. I think we'll have Jesse do that too, to represent Hartford, so we'll just keep planning that if it's good with everybody. Zoning regulations, after it was sent back to the P&Z board, they have reviewed it, made a few changes. They're having a public hearing at their next meeting next week. That all goes well, then it'll be sent again with the changes to the city council for you guys to review. You two will also have to have a public hearing in first and second reading before any other ordinance actually goes into effect. So there will be plenty of chance to review it and discuss it when it comes before you guys. Pool grant, I'm pleased to say we got a grant from Mid-American Energy. I applied for one. Maybe we shouldn't be too mean to them. Luckily, we have the check in hand. But we did get, I applied for a waiting pool for actually some money to help with paying for a water feature. The new waiting pool's been plumbed, basically we could add 3 water features to it. They gave us $5,700, $5,745.
Bigger than the norm.
It is very bigger than the norm.
Because I remember
Wasn't really sure this was gonna go through. Usually they get 500,000, so
Right.
this is a substantial grant from them, and said, look, we have the check in hand.
So think about that, really, that they've really knocked off how much we owe them,
Yeah, true.
I guess, but.
Probably a different department, Travis.
I'm sure.
Same amount of gold.
I will send them a thank you from that, and I will be, I want to let you guys know first off, we get hold of Candy and the Pool Committee, and I know we got this, and working with them, and probably with our engineers to see which feature we can put in there, and kind of go from there. So we'll kind of start working on that, and getting that. Pool personnel. At our last meeting, I let you know that we hired Chrissy Levita, who had worked a couple of years ago for us as assistant manager, and then previously she had worked 5 years as a lifeguard for the pool. And like I said, we were kind of shorthanded for a little while, so we wanted to hire her to fill in, especially any lifeguard positions we have. Well, just this last week, we had one of our assistant managers quit on us. Frida gave us her notice. She had, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago probably, had taken on another part-time job, and it kind of sounded like there were just some conflicts of schedule with that, and so she really didn't think she could do both positions, so she gave us, notice, since this was only over the summertime, and that one will be, full-time, year-round, I should say. So, luckily, like I said, Christy has all her certifications, so I want to let you know, we are gonna utilize her probably for assistant manager as well, because, Amy and Darcy can't cover all the shifts for that, so. Brita was only down to working probably a couple, maybe sometimes 3 shifts a week, so she wasn't working a whole lot anyway, so, if we can fill in a couple times with her, and then still utilize her to fill in for lifeguards, we think we'll still be okay with the pool without hiring anybody else extra, so. Like I said, with her having all the certifications with everything, even her manager certification, it's a good deal. I think we'll still be okay and don't have to look for any more personnel, so that's where we're sitting with the pool. So I'll let you know, I'm still planning on future meetings, maybe kind of looking at some of the city's policies or enacting some new policies, but those will be brought before you, for you guys to discuss and review before we move forward with any of them, and I'll collect reports in your packet, and that's about all I have.
I'll make a quick comment on the P and Z minutes. I emailed Teresa earlier because I had a question about the wording of the P and Z minutes under new business. Discussion was held by the board in regards to the July 5th, 2016 city council meeting. I'm assuming at that point they were just kind of.
They were just giving them an update of what you guys discussed here, so that the whole board knew what was going on, and yes, they used. Go ahead.
Yep, resident Sandy Dean approached the council with questions in regards to the definition of what a hardship is, and then, so my clarification was, I should say P and Z board instead of council.
Sorry, I'm used to saying council, and I
No
was
worries,
there.
no worries. Cause I read that and I was like.
It is the board.
So she changed that wording, and we'll take the amended minutes to the P and Z before they have final approval of them, but yeah, she just used council instead of board, but she actually did come before the P and Z board.
Yes.
She did.
Yep, she was here.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's her definition of a hardship?
Well, she was just asking what the definition was, because they were discussing, and that came up as one of the topics that you had discussed, and so she just said, well, what's the difference between Exhibit A and Exhibit B, and she gave some examples of why did this one happen versus this one,
Oh, yeah.
what is the difference, and what is considered a hardship.
Yeah.
So they were just addressing what the definition says in their manual as what a hardship is, and she said, okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Valid point.
It was a brief 5-minute discussion.
All right, any questions for Teresa?
Do we have executive?
I don't have anything.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Nice. See you this time.
Get the record.
Let the record show you're done in an